Welcome back. You're tuning into your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso. It's a Friday. We have just under an hour still left in your company. And yes, this time of the year, it always beckons the Hollywood Awards season. And JP is here, filled with information to run us through what we can expect. JP, my friend, good to have you. Yeah.
No pressure. I hope the awards are more organized than me. You guys were like, dude.
Well, I love the hair. You did something good.
Thank you. Let's keep it with my hair
keep
for the next
there.
5
You are
Very
having a
cool.
good hair day. I know that curly life.
Okay, everyone calm down. I'm going to get some pepper spray. Obviously, the cherry on top of all of this is the Oscars,
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
yeah,
And
the
that will
big
be
one.
March the 2nd. Oh, by the way, I just want to know, do you guys recognize some of these trophies from award season? I wonder, can we name them?
No.
What? You got the BAFTA, you got the Palme d'Or, and the Golden Globes, which have just passed.
Oh, yes.
I knew that.
The Golden Globes was amazing.
Really?
Oh, my goodness. The host absolutely nailed it.
Oh, okay.
Nikki Glaser.
That's right. Yes.
She was so good.
It's not one that I guarded my way for necessarily because they've had their own controversies.
Right.
Obviously the ones that that's passed already, 5th of Jan.
Yeah.
But we want to look into the future. So I just want to remind people before I get into the meat and potatoes of who won what and all that kind of stuff so far, is that you've got tomorrow the Eddies, which is the Editors Awards, the
Okay.
ACE, American
nice.
Screen Editors Guild. Really important role in movies, guys. Please do not take
They
editors
make
for
the
granted.
movies, essentially.
They make timing, they make feel, you know.
Yes.
So that's tomorrow. I wish we could see that as South Africans. Oscar noms are announced on the 23rd. Get excited about that. That's next Thursday. Annies are later in also 8th of Feb.
Annies are what now?
Animation, sorry, I should.
Oh,
Annies.
okay.
Then you've got a bunch of other acronyms. You've got DGA, which is Directors Guild. You've got
Okay.
PGA, which is Producers Guild. You've got all these kind of exciting things coming up. And then obviously the major ones being the BAFTAs, which I just mentioned. Of course, you all know the trophy.
Of course
don't
she is, man.
Independent Spirit for those tinier movies that don't get the limelight that they, deserve.
It's kind of like a Sundance.
Indie, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Those festivals sort of feel. And then you've got SAG Awards, which is one of my favorites.
Right.
The actors just patting each other on the back and
Yeah.
feeling good about it all. But you know what? While I waffle, so you don't just look at my luscious hair, apparently, why don't you look at like just a loop, a montage of some of the big names, and I'll throw them out there and tell you which these movies are. A lot of them, sadly, haven't come to South Africa yet. This is the problem with our calendar. Like, America's been eating good. And we're just like, please don't tell us who shot JR. we're still behind. So you'll get to look at some pretty eye candy of movies that are making a stir in award season. Whatever. In the meantime, I'll keep telling you more and more.
Tell us more, yeah.
So that's the future. As far as the past, some of the highlights you mentioned, Sundance, for example.
Yes.
There have been great festivals, and these all happen earlier in the year. Cannes is like the thing that kicks it off.
Right, yes.
Then you get TIFF, Toronto, you get Berlinale, that's the Golden Bear, you get Venice, which is the Golden Lion, and it's a whole zoo that...
What was that middle one that you mentioned? It sounded French.
The Palme d'Or.
Palme d'Or.
Yes.
The Golden Palm Frond, there's a movie called Honora, which has made good mileage there for itself. And that's coming to South Africa mid-Feb, so we'll get to jump on that bandwagon, get excited about it soon. But like the whole season is exciting for me. Like even if I haven't seen stuff, I'm like, okay, well, why are people getting so hyped about that?
Yeah.
Honora at those festivals, and then the other one that was big at those was Emilia Perez.
Yes. So Zoe Saldana, right, who won a Golden Globe for Best Supporting, didn't she?
That's right. Yeah.
Very interesting. I've only seen trailers because I don't know if it's around now, but it's a musical.
You don't worry if you're making that face. Like some of these names is like, where the heck did this come
Where
from?
did it come from?
There are a whole bunch of other names, sadly, even at these like Sundance and TIFF and all that kind of stuff, that will fall by the wayside. We'll never even see at the Oscars, but they're beautiful anyway.
Okay.
It's so sad. I wish that we had this sort of access.
Jeez.
Emilia Perez is one of those that have been making waves.
Yeah.
And by the way, I blab a lot, so why don't you just throw me a karate chop if I'm going to?
No. Look, I think if anyone knows anything about all of these events taking place, it is you, because I know that you live it, you breathe it, you are in there as well.
Yeah, and I argue it as well.
But I got to ask as well, I think it's on top of everyone's mind.
Sure.
I mean, with the LA fires going on, how does this influence the awards season going forward?
Good point. And you're a person on the ball here to know that it does actually postpone something. So the Oscar nominations announcement was postponed. And that's to give some of the people in their various fields more time to vote for who they would like to be nominated as. So voting actually ends today. Although those big, shiny, famous
It would have been
people-
closed already by now.
Yeah,
vote,
should have.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, but obviously those fires, sheesh, what is going on?
Yeah, it's quite hectic. But they also contributed money, which is good to see. I think it was up to, I don't know if it was R1 million or dollars that I saw, but it's really nice that the Guild Association is saying, you know, we see this and we want to contribute in some sort of way.
Yeah, I mean, Hollywood. If we'll, I mean, I'll never go there probably,
Yeah.
who knows? But like, it's a part of our psyches even.
Absolutely.
It's built into our mental geography.
Yeah, we
So
link into it, yeah.
It's a whole museum, and hey, it's people as well.
It is
People
human
with
beings.
houses and jobs and all that kind of stuff. So sorry if I can just rush along, but like I said, someone just kick me in the back if I'm talking too much. So interesting awards that have just passed is that the sort of equivalent of just the music Oscars, basically, the Hollywood Music and Media Awards. Interestingly, Disney took nothing there. Disney had Inside Out, Disney had Moana 2.
Yes.
And there was another one that you think that Disney would sweep music at least.
Absolutely.
Wicked.
Yes, Wicked.
Nothing. Wicked is
way.
universal, however. People have been going mal for Wicked. People have been singing in the
Yeah, I lost
That's
my
awesome.
mind.
But aside from that, Gotham Awards is another one of those nice small ones, which if you want to look for small movies, just look up, like Indie Spirit.
Yeah.
Just look up Gotham, because they won't see the light of day ever again.
The thing about indie movies is that I feel in Cape Town in particular, we can only see it at the Labia Theatre.
Or really niche kind of stuff. And this is the difficulty. We will get in Anora eventually. We're getting Nosferatu tomorrow. Please go see that.
Nosferatu.
A horror movie.
Sounds like you're swearing at us. What is happening?
Expresso. Some of these smaller ones hopefully do come here with our own festivals eventually, but in the meantime, I'll just keep making a noise about them. And so that's what the past had in store for it. The Golden Globes was interesting with your Emilia Perez that only you know about. And Gwen and I are like, is that it broke a record for musical comedy nominations. 10.
Wow.
Jacques Audiard, French director, your Zoe Saldana, of course, in there
Yes.
too. But interestingly, it's not as high as, interestingly, it's not as high as some of the other big hitters. And so,
Okay.
you want to hear about
All
those
right,
real
so
quick?
what you're saying to us, there's still a lot to look forward to.
The field is open.
That's it.
Wow, and it's only
like-
January.
It's anyone's game. Although, if I give you a quick list, as far as equivalents of Best Picture, and, you can't say one category is the same in every award, because you've got the Cape Town Festival, you've got the Houston Festival, you've got the San Francisco, etc., etc. But Anora is leading with 17 Best Picture wins, inverted
Wow.
commas, which we will see in Feb, and you can make up your own mind then. The Brutalist, which I spoke about before with Adrian Brody, is 11 wins in Best Picture, inverted commas again. The Substance, obviously, Demi Moore won at the Globes.
did, yeah.
8 for Best Picture, and then Dune Part 2, my baby, is tied for 4 wins, and Nickel Boys is also tied for 4. Man, this is the time, guys, to discover those clean cheese, those ones that just get
Not
like...
Nickelback, Nickel
Yeah.
Boys.
I-
Okay. Trying to pay
Never made it
attention
as a
here.
white man, nobody-
Geez, Shapey, thanks for
Thanks,
coming
JP.
through. That was so insightful. There was a lot.
Yeah.
But we're taking it in. We've got a review with you later.
It's
so
a long season. We'll have more to talk about.
yeah, we'll delve into it in just a bit.